So I wanted to show you how I do pack my birds when my clients drop them off. For example, we got this great horned owl in here. It's kind of like frozen still. Some of the feathers are kind of like ruffled up. I try to put them back where they belong to. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but I mean, it just looks better and they freeze better that way if you kind of like put them back where they belong. So get yourself a couple of grocery bags and go around actually this is good for the head. I have another kind of ripped out garbage bag in here which is bigger and it's better for the talons. So I wrap the talons pretty good in plastic bag. Make sure that you don't put the feathers in the wrap, like tail feathers or primaries. It doesn't have to be a good bag. I mean, as long as it's any kind of a plastic bag should do it. And the reason for this is that we don't want the sharp talons or any basically any kind of talon that is on the bird. We don't want it to puncture your packing. And a rubber band will keep it in place. And another one can just use it for the head to protect the head from drying out, and also to stop the beak from poking out our vacuum pack. So actually you can pack a little bit more plastic in front of the beak here. No, this is not good. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to fold it up more. Okay. Because around here, I want to protect the beak and the face and everything like that. But more than anything, I don't want the beak poke a hole into my vacuum pack. Now I can still feel it. I'm gonna bring something else. Okay, I'm gonna take the bag off again and use this rag. Fold it up in front of the beak. Go around the head. Make sure that the horns and everything is kind of like laid down. And then the whole thing goes into the bag. There you go. Good enough. So we got the talons covered. Or actually, you know what? No, we're not doing good in here either. I can feel the sharpness of the talons are poking out. We gotta do the talons too. So that was too much of a rag up there. I'm gonna cut it in half and use some of it for the feet. Okay, now we got two rags. I'm going to use one, pretty much fold it in front of the beak and hold it on there while I put the bag over the head. It really depends on how the bird has been frozen at the beginning when they found it and when they put in the freezer. If it's in a really awkward shape, you might as well, like if the wings and the legs were all spread out, you might as well put it in the fridge for half a day or a full day, sometimes a day and a half, depending on what kind of bird it is. And then you get it soft a little bit and bring down the wings and the legs and the beak or the neck, bring it back into as compact as possible, make it look like a teardrop, and then do this procedure and then vacuum pack it. So this again, we're going to open it up. going to wrap this fairly well around all the claws, because once that vacuum pack starts sucking the air out, it basically makes it quite tight around the body. Then it can easily puncture the bag, and then your vacuum sealing is useless. It's just like a regular bag. Okay, I think, yeah, now we're good. Sealing one end of the bag. Go, so this end is sealed up. You roll it out till you have enough, and a little bit more. If you get a vacuum sealer that is like for household use, just like mine, unfortunately the bags that you're going to receive, usually they're not bigger than 11 inches wide. So if you get yourself a commercial, or if you have access to a commercial vacuum sealer, they go up to 16 inches wide. But I have a different trick for larger birds. So this one has been gifted to me, this vacuum pack, and I'm gonna just work with it till I really run into the problem, because the cost difference is quite a bit when you get into a commercial vacuum sealer. The big ones, they can be very expensive. This one has been doing me good for a long time. So now the owl is in the bag with all the protection and all the fabric and everything. Now we're going to vacuum seal it. And as you can see, when it's sucking all the air out, this plastic will get really close to the talons and everything, and if the talons are exposed and not protected, then they're going to puncture a hole. We'll wait for it till it's done. There you go. Our owl is 100% protected for a very long time. Now, most of these vacuum bags, they have the white strip on them, so you can write the name of the client and the permit number and everything, and out it goes into the freezer. So So now I'm going to show you, if you don't have any of these vacuum pack machines, how you're going to pack up your bird without one of these, just with regular bags. So again, as you can see, I have basically covered up the feet here. It's not because it's going to poke a hole in the bag, it's just because I don't want them to get dried out on me. Because some of them, they stay in my freezer for a fairly long time. And then you put another grocery bag, not super tight, around the head, and you put it like that at the bottom of your garbage bag, and then you try to squeeze all the air out like that. And it goes into the second bag. You squeeze the air out again. Sometimes if the bird is small enough, like a partridge or grouse, then you can twist this around and basically rebag it again. But this is not large enough to go. Maybe it does go around it. Here, good, because I can show it to you exactly what I mean. So you twist it around like this, okay, and then you use the bag for going around it again. So basically you use one bag to go around twice, and then you pull the strings, not too tight, because what can happen, you can bend the tail too much. Okay, and this is how you can easily bag it. And then finally you can get one of these plastic wraps, and just go around it. The goal is reducing the amount of air that is trapped inside the bags. So because that is exactly what is going to air dry or freezer burn your bird in the freezer, and then you can put a tape or a tag on it and put the name down. So this is just an example for you, because I'm going to unwrap this and vacuum seal it. I just did it with a couple of bags just to show you how you can do it. And of course you can see the shape of the bird was not properly brought back into the teardrop shape, so this was kind of like crooked frozen, but I just wanted to show you how it's done. And this is going to get unwrapped, and I'm going to leave it in the fridge. It's a great gray owl, so the small body will thaw out fairly quick. I'm going to put it in the fridge. In a few hours I'm going to come back and straighten out the head and neck and everything, and do my wrapping and vacuum seal it. Hopefully you picked up some tips from here.